Yeah, it's always done this. No matter, I've tried so many different things. I have to plug my headphones into my Blue Yeti in order to hit anyone.
Dude, this program, I'm not gonna lie, this program is awful.
There's Discord.
What?
Why can't we just use Discord?
That's what I
More.
said. I was like, "Can we use Discord?" And she was like, "No, we're professional. We use Zoom." And I'm like, "Bitch, everybody in the gaming industry uses fucking Discord."
Morning after kill.
Oh my god, it's yeah.
Holy shit!
Are
Shit.
what? That I'm in your official 2K business?
Yeah, I
Shit,
love
you
it.
getting involved?
I think LazyData has probably heard all of us at the various things that we've gone to be like, when we get macking on this.
I mean, look, man. If they want to find out why people ain't playing their game, motherfuckers, we know why people ain't playing the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like what, day 1, day 2, and I was like, hey, dedicated loot drops needs to happen. Needs to happen.
You know what the funniest part is? You know how they say people aren't playing the game up past the point, right?
Right.
It's because everybody's making fucking mule characters.
That might be it, actually.
I'm dead ass serious, yo.
That might be a big part of the percentage of the thing that we're seeing.
Yo, they're only, I guarantee you, if she says people are only playing up to Sanctuary and that's it, it's mule characters. Dead ass serious.
Yeah.
Would that be characters or accounts that they're looking at though?
Oh,
It depends.
that depends what their what their data says.
Because if they're saying characters, then it's mules. If they're saying accounts, then it might be an issue. I suppose we might be able to ask it.
Do we turn our cameras on during this, or do we just talk through mics?
Nah.
Yeah, just do mics.
Okay. I'm just wondering, you
I
know.
don't like to make people feel bad about how pretty I am.
No one could ever match E6.
You stopped using a camera, man. That makes me sad.
Yeah.
Because now
I got tired of the questions.
What questions? Why are you fat?
Nah, it wasn't even like that anymore. It was more like, I don't know. Like, if I wouldn't turn on the camera, why don't you have camera on? And then I don't know. The whole thing became just a big hassle to me. Like, I'd have to like brush my hair and shit.
Nah, I don't give a
That's
fuck,
work.
yo. I go live at midnight, so they know that I'll be looking like shit sometimes. Like, I'm an overnight streamer, yo.
For Reese and Vaughn, so that you know why they're in Borderlands. Huh? Come in.
What the hell was that?
Hey.
Oh.
Hello.
Sound like a doorbell.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell was that?
Oh, fuck. I should never have invited Jay to this meeting.
That's your fucking fault. I'm not the one that fucking walked up into this shit.
I told him he should have invited the meetings a long time ago.
I'm just saying, you know.
I'm starting up the presentation. Hang on. How's everyone doing?
Chilling.
Good.
Chilling.
So basically, well, you guys kind of know. We have noticed. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I had to run to get into this room. We've been noticing people kind of wiping out early in the game, and
dying.
No.
Like abandoning.
Maybe washing out is a better phrase.
Is this accounts or characters? Are the
players.
accounts it's the full accounts aren't playing the game anymore?
Yeah.
Okay. And what point are they not playing the game anymore at?
I will show you.
Shit, it's just happened on screen.
Oh shit, it's fancy.
What year is this?
So basically, I need you guys, well, Lazy and K6, you have an NDA with us. Mac, I'm not going to make you sign an NDA because
What
I don't
up?
trust you.
Go ahead. I'm
This
sorry.
mother-
I'm sorry. I had to laugh at that. Let's go ahead. Go ahead.
If you fuck it up, then I'm going to take it out of K6.
Ooh.
Because I told you that he should be a part of the team. That's not my fault.
He never said nothing
All
about
right.
NDAs.
It's NDA because of what the statistical data I'm going to show you.
No, I get you. I get you.
Okay, so basically, this is 2K. We love making presentation decks. So here are the table of contents. We have a situational analysis, our objectives, marketing strategies, tactics, and leveraging channels. So this is my favorite slide because basically it's telling us Mouthpiece is the player bottleneck. I can't tell you how many times we've seen this data. Okay, so what you're looking at here, the top left, is lapsed players without finishers, which means the yellow bars that you see, that is where people stop playing. At the bottom, it tells you what level they are, and it tells you the percentage of people and when they stop playing the game. So it's Mouthpiece, and it's basically the first 3 main story missions of Promethea. Pretty significant. And if you look at the one just below it, the lapsed player level distribution, they're pretty much either mostly at level 1, closer to level 1, or closer to level 49, which makes sense, right? Because once you finish the game, you finish the story, you're done. Now, if you look at the cluster on the top right, which is the non-level 50 player lapse distribution, it shows you that the highest concentration of people kind of quitting the game is between levels 5 to 10. So specifically, like levels 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Which correlates to the Mouthpiece Promethea. And we have additional data to support that shows why that's happening, and we think it's because they're under-leveled. They're under-leveled, or they're not Borderlands 3 players, so when they pick up a gun and it works for everything else, they don't understand why it won't work on Mouthpiece, or why it doesn't work on Promethea. They don't understand shields, they don't understand mobs, they don't really know what is going on.
Well, that's
it's too difficult.
That's simple.
Yeah.
Borderlands 2 had the Marcus mission that told you about elements right in the beginning of the game, and Borderlands 3 just assumes that you already know this because we have already had 3 games in the, well, actually 4 games in the main series, so they don't have a tutorial mission early in the game for the elements.
Correct.
So fix that.
The developers assume too much. That is a developer issue that takes time to resolve, right? We don't have that much time before the next injection of players, which is happening around November 21st. We will have a free-to-play weekend, which means people will go to about level 10 and they will wipe out. And they're just not gonna buy the game, pick up the game, be a part of the community. There's also, like the sales. We're doing sales over the holidays, and that is very NDA. You cannot tell anyone that because we're not even supposed to announce it until the days they start. And so new players are going to pick up the game, and if they're just going to play it the same way they are now without having a ton of sources that they can go to for help, they're just going to quit early. And K6, this is why I'm saying it affects you. Well, it affects all of you. It affects you because you guys create content for the people who are at the end of the spectrum, like the legendary guys and all that. You can't even get those players to look at your content unless they clear this. And I know, Mac, you're gonna argue and say, why don't the devs fix it? We are not gonna put this all on the devs because
But it is on the devs. There's no tutorial mission for the elements. The new players in the game don't have anything to reference. That's the developer's problem.
Right, but how are they going to fix that in the next 2 months?
Throw in a fucking, a quick ass thing with Claptrap talking about it in the beginning. Boom.
It's not that easy. But so we're rallying content creators to help us make guides like this on their channels to hopefully move people through the process.
That's not going to work.
Go?
That's not going to work. If somebody's giving up your game on level 8, they're not going to go and fucking look at any. They're going to refund your game and move on.
Maybe, but we haven't tried it, so we don't know. And Gearbox is doing some things internally on their end to also help as a stopgap solution. It's like, I know you want to put it all on the devs, but as the publisher, we have to do our part, which is
you can't put this on the player. The player's not enjoying the game. That's not their fault. That's the game design issue.
Maybe, or maybe it's just.
Have you guys looked at the fact that maybe most of the players that are lapsing between level 5 to 10 are actually creating mule characters for other characters so they can fucking hold their loot because there's not enough inventory and backpack space?
No, we have data that shows that these are the people who quit the game.
Well, that's an even bigger problem than the backpack and inventory space.
We don't have a lot of time. This is not an opportunity to discuss what you guys think we should be doing with the developers. This is just a pitch to you guys to create guides if you would be willing to help the community.
No.
Because, yeah.
I'm not creating a guide on a level 8 element when it should be a tutorial in the game. You guys should teach people how to use the elements in the goddamn game. That's not my decision. That's not my problem. I'm an end game farmer. I'm here to help people learn how to play the game and get the most out of it. If you're at level 8 and you're not enjoying the game because the game design is not teaching you how to play the game, that's not my fucking issue. That's your fucking issue.
Sure, but we're trying to rally people to help us with this.
If you want to rally it, put a side mission in the game that teaches you about elements, just like they did with Marcus.
Yeah, but that's something that we could do later on. It's not something we can do now.
Why not? Throw in the test dummy, put a mission in for Marcus, and boom, level 8, you're at Sanctuary 3. Make it a requirement to do that before you have to talk to somebody on the bridge. Pow!
If most people are dropping off at Mouthpiece, they're not even going to get that far.
Yeah, they're not going to make
it. If you're looking right here, it says lapsed player distribution. All right, you have 12% stopping at Mouthpiece, right? But then if you also look, you have another 12, 10%, and another 12% over here on Promethea and Athenas. That's well after Sanctuary 3, which means you got like 30% of people right here dropping off right here because they don't understand how the elements work in the game. So in between Mouthpiece and Promethea, you insert the test dummy, you make people happy with that so you can test without modifiers in Sanctuary, and you also throw in an elemental thing with Marcus, you know, oh, you slag, no, slag it, you know, it's a fucking meme from Borderlands 2, like, it seriously is, like, it's the mission that everybody remembers from Borderlands 2, because it teaches you how to use the different elements in the game. Like, people in the game don't even know that, that radiation works against shields and cryo works against armor, because they don't teach you in the game.
True.
Yeah, it's a thing where they are assuming a lot. But
so right there, Sanctuary 3. You're gonna lose the 12.
Like,
but yeah, you're gonna listen. Hold on.
No, I don't have time to argue this. Hang on one second. My title is the Influencer Marketing Manager. My title is not product development.
I understand that, but you're coming to us for help, and I'm saying you got 40% of people dropping off here from Mouthpiece, Promethea, and Athenas, okay? If you put in that one mission right in between Mouthpiece, Promethea, and Athenas, you save 30% of the people from Promethea and Athenas. Yeah, you're still losing the 10 to 12% from Mouthpiece, but you're still gaining 30% of people that might make it to the end game. That's a lot of fucking people.
That's actually not how the data reads, but...
That's what it's reading to me. This is 12% drop off here at level 6. Level
but
7.
You can't combine them because it's a percentage of a percentage. That's how data reads. It's a little different.
So what is the total percentage from Promethea and Athenas out of all those oranges?
I don't have that data. That's kept in the that's
what you need to look at.
That is something our analytics team would be able to provide. This is the data that I have to show.
I'm just saying, your problem isn't with content creators creating guides on how to do elements. The person that makes it to Mouthpiece and dies repeatedly at Mouthpiece isn't going to go on YouTube to look up how the elements work in Borderlands. They're going to be like, oh, this sucks. I'm going to play Fortnite with my friends.
Sure, that is an opinion, but it doesn't hurt to try. If people are willing to make these guides, it doesn't hurt the process to try it.
Why don't you just fix the game?
Halfway.
Fix the problem in the game. Why are you guys putting it on us? Like that's the issue.
There's already been a blog post about them, you know, working on a test dummy for us. We know some stuff's coming, and hey, make some videos, dress it up, make it look pretty. Don't work. Move on.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean,
you know that.
It's
make a video, sometimes it don't work.
Oh, shoot.
People
are
angry
to like make you tutorials, but like I just now did a search for how to beat Mouthpiece, and there's already like a ton of like written guides and things like that. So I don't know that this will help that much, if at all. Like, kind of like what Max said, if people are getting stuck there, I don't know that they're going to go seek out the information to get past it, or if they're just going to,
because it's already there.
Because they're so early in the game, they're like, oh wow, if I don't like this game in the first hour of it, I'm not going to fucking continue with this. Why am I going to waste my time? There's so many other good games. I mean, you got Death Stranding, Call of Duty, Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, Fortnite just had Chapter 2 coming out.
This seems, I don't know how easy this would be, but what if the first time you pick up an elemental weapon, you get a text thing on screen that just gives you the basic breakdown? That seems like that'd be something easy to add into the game.
It's not. It's not. You guys, like, we've been up and down this road with them so much. You have no idea. And Ki11er and Lazy, you guys have a little more inside baseball than the average person, so you know how difficult these things that you're asking are. So what we're saying, what Scott is asking of all of us, and we believe that this can help, even in a small way, even if you guys aren't the ones to do this, and if you don't. We believe that it can help, because anything, doing something to help the process, juicing it so it goes up on the SEO, is a way to help. It's like,
you guys know, but you guys don't understand our channels or our fan bases. If I put up a video talking about how the elements work in Borderlands 3, everybody's gonna thumb it down and be like, you're dumbass. I fucking know this shit already. Why are you making fucking scumbag content like this? Teach me something I want to fucking know about the game. Dead ass serious. That's how the fucking internet's gonna react to that shit. Just being real.
Maybe not. Maybe you guys aren't the group to do it.
Maybe this wouldn't be an issue if y'all motherfuckers let us like test your game and play it before you release it, so we could tell you like, hey, targeted loot drops suck ass. There's no tutorial for this, blah 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 for that. Like, I would have told you to kill a Volt fucking fight was broke before y'all released it, but y'all motherfuckers don't be testing shit. I mean, you got a community of people here, which are YouTubers and content creators, that could be a valuable asset. Like, we can literally, like, break this game down and fucking test the shit out of it before this game even comes out. But y'all don't trust us.
You don't think I've had that argument internally already? You really think that I don't...
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking to you. This is my first time I've ever gotten to talk to a 2K person and say this shit. So... you know, I might not be able. We might not get on call. We might not get. We might not get on call ever again. So I'm taking the time right now that I have with you, because you already said earlier that you hate talking to me. So you know, I don't.
I was joking.
I didn't see no happy face. I didn't see no happy face, you know. But that's why I came back at you talking about like, yo, 2K ain't got a real good record. I didn't send no goons to nobody's house. But anyway, that's a whole different story. But like I said, I don't know if this is the only time I'm gonna be able to talk to you guys or not. But like this could have all been fixed if y'all motherfuckers just didn't. Like now you guys after the fact want to come to us and use us to fix your problems when we could have helped you and worked with you the last like year. And signed NDAs and shit. You wouldn't have had any of these issues with Matto and shit like that. Just say it. All they needed to do was just put a fucking Marcus mission in the fucking thing with a test dummy and teach people how to use the elements. That's all. And people are asking for the test dummy. So if you put that mission in and make it a mission that you have to do before you have to go to the bridge, like after you put out all the fires in there, you had to fucking do the Marcus mission to progress, people will start to understand the fucking game early.
I don't know. K6, lazy?
No, I mean he's absolutely right about that. Like, you know, Mac's always been the guy that, you know,
I come across harsh. I'm sorry.
And he honestly just wants what's best for the game, just like all of us. Sometimes he's very harsh with his words, and I think we're at the point where, like Mel said, it's not getting fixed, like not right away at least. So I mean, I don't know if this will be a good solution for us to like make any of these tutorials, but if we made something with the premise of, you know, we're going to show you how to beat every boss in the game, then all of a sudden it's not like, oh, I want to hold your hand and walk you through this. If you're just basically making guides to show people how to beat all the bosses in the game, and obviously you start with, you know, Mouthpiece and Scrack and Lavender Crowley and all that shit, then you're at the same time possibly teaching new players as well. And maybe like you said, maybe some of the old hands will be like, I don't, you know, why?
See,
but I don't think that's going to be as big of an issue as you think it is.
I think what K6 said right there is great, and I would love to make guides on these bosses, but the problem is there's no reason for me to make these guides on these bosses because they don't drop dedicated loot. Why am I going to be like, hey guys, this is how you beat Mouthpiece? He don't drop shit.
Yeah, that's changing next week.
I'm just saying.
They've already said that that's coming next week, though.
Well, you know, I don't know. I'm not in on the loop here. You know, motherfuckers don't be telling me.
They said that on the.
I don't watch that. I don't watch that garbage, yo.
Oh, you missed it. All right. Well, they said that dedicated loot drops are coming.
Nobody watches that shit, yo. Nobody in the fucking Borderlands community gives a fuck about that podcast. Man. Yeah, but the average fucking person don't watch that shit. The average person don't even know where to find the patch notes. You know what the number one question is in my fucking chat is, where are the patch notes? How do I find the patch notes? I'm just saying.
What else you got?
Yeah, what else we do? I think she's mad, yo.
No, I actually don't think I need to continue this conversation if you're out.
I mean, I'm willing to hear what you want, but I mean, I don't think making a tutorial on elemental shit is where it's gonna be. Maybe boss guides, yes, but I'm not making boss guides until there's a reason to make boss guides. You know, y'all give bosses dedicated loot, then people have a reason to fucking need a guide for it.
No, I'm not upset. I just think if I can get this time back and you guys can get this time back because you guys have things to do, you know, it's late where Lazy is, then we should just end this call here because we only have 9 minutes left anyway. But, I mean, I appreciate your time and your feedback.
I want to hear everything that you have to say on this before we give up on it.
Yep.
I'd like to see the rest of the slides at least, see what's going on. Yeah, because I say, like,
see if we can fix it.
Because I get what you're saying. Yes, we could have done this, that, the other in terms of, you know, pre-launch tutorials and whatnots, but that's then. This is now. You've got this issue where people are dropping off and you're doing everything you can to fix it. Test dummy is coming later. They've already said that. And I just think if we know why exactly people are dropping, we might be able to make something that doesn't look crassy as Mac is suggesting, Why would somebody who does endgame content make early game? You can make it look not that while still being that. So I'd like to at least see everything and then decide.
Agreed.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Okay, you guys know that I live with a content creator, and I know like some of this, I don't know how effective it will be. Honestly, I really don't. But it's coming from higher up that is asking the community, not just influencers, to help. Like there is going to be a huge injection of new players, and it's up to you guys to decide if you want to shepherd them down the field or not. Like maybe they're not going to know how to search this. Maybe they're not going to care to search it. I don't know. But making an effort at least gives us data, right? Like gives you guys data. Maybe you guys like get some new people to your channel who are interested in like more guides from you. Maybe you help people stay in the game long enough to then want to search how to find certain legendaries or do certain missions in a different way or build ultimate vault hunters. Like those are all things that you guys don't know for sure. It's just, it's all speculation both ways.
So
there's
show
no
us the
guarantee.
rest of the data then. He said we got like 8 minutes left, so let's do this.
All right, so this is the daily active user chart from launch all the way down. The spikes that you see are when we release major content patches. So this is the core community, and I think it's flattening out on the end. I don't have the most recent data, and this is pretty natural attrition in and of itself, but paired with the data from the previous screen, people are concerned about it because normally what happens is the attrition happens towards the end, if that makes sense. All right, so we noticed the situational analysis. This is based on SWOT. I don't know if you guys are familiar with SWOT, but they're problem areas, so we know they're lapsing out early, and they stall with the first 5 to 10 levels, and the game is not intuitive for beginner players and players new to the franchise. So our content opportunities are to have more YouTube content, because what we're trying to do is juice the SEO so it comes up. So potentially, if you're playing Borderlands, if you're talking about Borderlands, or maybe even like doing anything related to Borderlands, it may come up as like something in your search index. We also are appealing to people who are outside of the core community, who create guide content, and potentially putting up guides on Wikia and forums, just having the community help the community. And then we understand the challenges are methods of distribution, ensuring new recruits will see this and even keep moving down that sort of like content funnel, and then enable and empower lapsed users to stay engaged long term. Now, I understand that the people who are lapsed may or may not come back. They're probably people who don't really look at social media. They're not following anything regarding Borderlands. So that's our challenge to overcome, and not yours. And then properly using in-game notifications. Because we've noticed that in-game notifications, a lot of people don't know you can click on them and they don't really look at them. So that's another hurdle we have. And then these are just some measurements that we wanted to look at, so that doesn't really apply to you guys, but we feel that you guys are like the educators, and then with our marketing tools, we will help boost the SEO. So we will take our own content, in addition to yours, and create cut downs and things like that to further bolster the content, to show people that like, hey, if you or a friend have struggled with this, or if you know someone who hasn't played it in a while and you want them to play with you for DLC, here's how to help them out. So some of the ideas that Scott came up with as a 101 series was like leveling up properly. Why side missions are important? Because we're realizing that people are just under leveled. They don't know to use side missions. Making sure that your gears and guns are optimized, and then like building the right vault hunter for each of these missions or each of these boss fights. And then we put Mouthpiece boss fight, even though I knew that they were out there, just as a maybe someone wants to make that guide again to bring it kind of to the forefront. And then, understanding how to defeat mobs. So it really is a true 101 beginner series. And we're kind of hoping that there is a group of content creators who kind of release this around the same time. So it gets interested people to look at it. And when people are stuck, and if they are savvy enough as gamers, which they usually are, because the people who buy around the sales periods are savvy gamers, they will know to at least search for guides. So we're hoping that this will come up by using the right SEO juiced titles and hashtags.
Can I cut in there real quick? 1 second. Where it said about the using the proper builds and shit. Y'all need respec stations at each boss. Just saying that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So this is a breakdown again of how we're reaching the right audiences based on the different pillars. And so you guys would be like established gaming guide channels or let's play channels, and also like stream team. You know, you guys are most engaged, so we were hoping that you guys can kind of like help propagate that information. And this is our post-launch calendar, which is also additionally like, this is not something that we show the average influencer. So there's a lot of trust here in me showing you this. But basically, this is when all the stuff is coming out. So if you're taking a screenshot of this, please don't. It also shows you the titles of those. So I'm really, really trusting you guys on that. And this is the breakdown of what the sales are, when they're coming out. Another breakdown of how much the sales are and when they're coming for both time periods. And that's it.
All right. So, I mean, I'm absolutely cool with making like a, Borderlands 3, the basics kind of series. And I think that there is, more so, it seems to me at least, a demand for like guides and information right now than I can remember on Borderlands 2, even at the beginning. But I don't know, maybe that's just me.
Are you saying there is a demand or isn't?
There is. Yeah, like I've been covering things that I thought were like common sense, and people have been like in the comments been like, "Oh man, I didn't know that. I didn't know about this. I didn't know about that." I'm like, "Holy crap."
Previously on X.
Like things that I thought were common sense in Borderlands, but again, a lot of the people that are watching our stuff right now are brand new to Borderlands, like completely brand new to Borderlands. Like they didn't play Borderlands 2 even. So I don't know. I wouldn't say a lot. I'd say, a fair percentage.
I haven't even started on guides because there's no dedicated loot drop, so there's no reason for me to make a guide. I can't tell people, be like, hey, go farm this gun if I don't know where to farm it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's other things.
But at the moment, I can't make any fucking guides for you guys because I'm stuck farming over 100 hours for this goddamn Vindicated Ghost Call, and it's a limited time event. Like I don't own the Bloody Harvest DLC forever, so I have to put all my time into farming this DLC because the drop rates are very piss poor.
So would it also help you to know that a lot of people can't kill Haunt?
Nobody wants to kill Haunt. Motherfucker don't drop shit.
People abandoning it on that, or
yeah, they're abandoning it.
Because the content's not fun. It's not fun. It's garbage.
And a lot of people who are getting into Heck are not finishing that. I'm being kicked out of this room because there's another meeting in here, but I really appreciate everyone's time.
It's not that they're finishing it, they're just farming it.
I'm sorry?
I said they're not finishing it, they're just farming it because they want the ghost call. They're just staying in Heck farming. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, so let me know. I guess it's gonna be Ki11erSix and Lazy that you're interested in kind of making the guide content. So let me know how you want to start that and what your ideas are, and we can kind of move forward with that.
Okay, dokie. Thank you.
Thanks for the call.
All right, thanks, sis. Bye.
Bye.
How do I end this thing?
Countdown trot!
Waves against the rock.
I can open this tomb up, no sweat. What you got to? You got nothing.